So I know it's been forever since I did any sort of podcast, and all this Vlogtober stuff has kind of got me really wanting to do something to post on here. So I am walking down to the barn to feed our bottle calf, which I named Hazel. And gosh, I don't even know now how long we've had the bottle calf, but one evening she rode home from another farm with my husband and my son in the truck, and my son thought that was the funniest thing ever for the calf to be sitting in the seat next to him. So at the moment my son is gone with my husband, but me and the dogs are coming down here to feed little Hazel, and I'll be back in just a moment with some images of her. So this is Hazel. Oh, it's really hard to hold the bottle and film at the same time, but I'm giving it a try. I love her little tail. Every time we come to feed her, it just wags. So cute. But she's our little bottle calf, and our border collie here doesn't know what to think about me bottle feeding the calf, so I have to try and make sure she doesn't try to torment Hazel. Can't really get back far enough to, oh, you can almost see all of her.
My hand get torn here like this. Okay. I'll put it down. You back up here. I need to see if this. Will I just hit to right there? Here. I'll tell you what I'll use. This. Okay, stop. Stop, shut. Okay, got it. And stopped. Okay, you're good. Come on down, you're alright. Come on. Okay, you're good.
So yesterday we painted some pumpkins. We like to spray paint our pumpkins instead of carve them. So here they are. The only problem is that guy over there thinks he has to chew on everything, so he chewed the stem off of this little pumpkin right here, but oh well. Wade did this big pumpkin all by his own, and this other little pumpkin all by his own. You want to say anything about your pumpkins?
We got the one from the pumpkin patch
Crossville?
At Crossville, and this little guy way over here, see that little round dog, he had to chew this.
Okay, so I actually just filmed this, but I'm afraid the truck noise was going to be irritating. Plus, I forgot and held the phone this way instead of horizontally, so it probably wouldn't have turned out right anyway. But anyways, I had to come help my husband with moving some hay. Not really my favorite way to spend a Saturday, but I guess I just have to get over it. But while I brought this with me, which I'm not going to get to work on a whole lot since I'm filming it, but here is the what is the name of it? Looking Ahead hat by Joji Locatelli. It's a very nice pattern. It has this lovely waffle not waffle, but texture stitch there. And it's really easy. I was going really quickly on it up until the decreases, and they've kind of got me a little off track. I had to restart them because I messed up the pattern. Like, the pattern continues on into the decrease, so that it takes some thinking whenever you're doing each round, but it'll be over with soon enough. I'll maybe finish it fairly soon. Maybe I can finish it today. I doubt it, but maybe. I've been working on quite a lot of things. The pattern calls for a size 7 needle. I didn't have a size 7 16-inch, so I decided to use a size 6, and I'm actually glad I used the size 6 because it's pretty loose anyways. I don't know if I just was knitting loosely or what, but these are the Leica needles that I have right now on here. It's a 40-inch cable, so I'm doing the decreases with that. And I used, this isn't the original packaging, but I used these rainbow wood from Knit Picks in a size 6 for the rest of the hat. The brim is knit on a smaller size. I think the brim's a 3mm maybe, which I magic looped that. But anyway, the brim is twisted rib, like the knit stitches are twisted. It's 2x2, and I really love, I did this for my Sockhead hat. I love the look of it. It does make it a bit more time consuming to do the brim. It took me quite a while to get the brim done. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, this is a DK weight yarn, and it's left over from my cardigan, the campsite cardi that I did back in the spring. So I thought I might need 5 skeins of yarn for that, and it turned out I just needed 4, I think. Yeah, I had 1 extra skein, which actually I had like 1 3/4 of a skein left over. It didn't take nowhere near as much yarn for that as I thought. But anyway, so I decided I would do a hat. This is hopefully going to be a Christmas present for somebody, as long as I don't think it's too big. It may end up having to be a Christmas present for my sister, because I don't know anyone else that has as big of a head as me or her. We have pretty large heads for, I don't know why, it runs in the family. And so this might be her Christmas present. I really don't know. But it's a Christmas present for somebody. And I guess if it's, too big for everybody, they can just like fold the brim over maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. But it was a very enjoyable knit so far. I'm almost finished. I got to go down to 12 stitches. And you decrease by 8 each time, each round. So there's, it decreases pretty quickly because it's a decrease each round. And you're decreasing out 8 stitches. I don't know why I said 3. You're decreasing out 8 stitches each time, so I think it'll go pretty quickly if I'll just work on it. I've just left it sitting on the couch for probably 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. It's just been sitting there, which I guess I was probably because I was trying to do my Halloween socks, which I'll show those. I got those finished last night, so I want to get some things off the needles. I've got some Christmas presents I need to get finished. And I have some more works in progress. They're all at the house, obviously, but I'll slowly but surely get those shown on the podcast. And hopefully I have quite a lot of finished objects since this summer whenever I podcasted, so I'll show some of those hopefully today or tomorrow, and hopefully get this vlog set up, or whatever it is, posted pretty quickly. And maybe I'll start trying to do shorter, like 20-30 minute podcast versus an hour long. Maybe that'd be more manageable for myself. But that's all for now, I guess. Here is bale of hay and the tractor. So exciting, I know. So not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing at the moment. I guess just hanging out until he gets them all loaded up on this little bell wagon. I'm not 100% sure if the gooseneck is all loaded up. I mean, as loaded up as he wants it to be. It's full of hay to me, but I think he could fit some more on there if he wanted to. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to try and go through quickly some of the finished objects. I don't know if this is all the finished objects or not, to be honest. I have a lot of works in progress, but anyways, we'll go over this. So first, I'm not sure, I may have shown this before, but this yellow and blue hat is the Atwater hat pattern. Don't know who it's by. Didn't think to look that up. But anyways, it's the Atwater hat. It's very, very fun hat to do. It's really the only thing I've ever done color work on successfully. I've tried to do the TARDIS or police box socks. Now I'm gonna have to do some Christmas present stuff before I get back to those, but I've restarted them. This is my third time now that I've restarted the color work part, but this color work, super easy, and it just makes this cool chevron like pattern. This is my second Atwater hat. I feel like I may have shown this before. If I have, I apologize. I used the pom-pom maker. I think it's the Clover pom-pom maker. I don't know. It comes in a pack. I showed it on the podcast before. There's a large and a small in the pack. Well, this was the large pom-pom maker. I've not used the small one yet. But anyways, so this is worsted weight. This is, I'm pretty sure it's non-super wash wool. It's not merino, I don't think. I got it on sale like 3 or 4 years ago. When we were in Ohio at a yarn store, so I have no idea. I've lost the bands. I have absolutely no idea what kind of yarn that was. I know this one hadn't been shown. This right here is the Sockhead Slouch hat. Maybe I can get a picture of me wearing it eventually. The blue and yellow hat's gonna be for somebody's Christmas present. Don't know who yet. This one's gonna be for me, and this is my hand-dyed yarn and the You'll Bring Honor to Us colorway. I dyed it and then couldn't think of a name, and finally it hit me that, you know, it was Mulan. The colors matched up with the Mulan, the part where she was going to go to meet the matchmaker. But anyways, I twisted the knit stitches for the brim. I did not cast on as many stitches as what it said. To begin with, I cast on that amount of stitches. I'm going to have to go back and see. I'm going to have to recount, so that way because I'm going to make another Sockhead hat, I'm going to have to recount, and I'll try to tell you how many stitches I cast on when I recount. But anyways, I did do less. But I don't remember if it was, I think it's in, the decreases are in repeats of like 8, maybe. So I went down like either 8 or 16, or maybe even more than that, because I decreased by quite a lot. So it was more than 8, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to recount. I used the same size needles, 3mm, and I used 16-inch. I did magic loop for the rib, and a 16-inch for the body of the hat. I needed it to where it would be pretty slouchy, so I can roll up the brim if I want to, if it's a little cool, or maybe I don't want it so slouchy that day. So the next Sockhead hat I make probably won't be as slouchy as this one. And I need to weigh and see how much yarn I have left over, because I have quite a bit of yarn left over from that. So it didn't take 100 grams. I don't know, based on the size of what's left over, I have quite a bit left over. But I need to weigh it. This is a half finished object. These socks are put on hold until, oh, whoops, I need to watch where I'm pointing the camera. These socks are put on hold until after some Christmas stuff gets done. So this is Knit Picks Felici. I think it's the Captain Nemo color. Well, they've already done away with the Felici colors that they come out with this summer. I'm hoping that they will get some more pretty soon. I kept meaning to get on there and order a few more colors, but I was too late, so I'm kind of bummed about that, but it'll be okay. But anyways, this is a super tall sock, and for this one I ended up doing an afterthought heel because I kind of got carried away one night and went too far. But I really liked the afterthought heel. It was actually quite easy. And it looks nice in the self-striping, so I could put it right there in between those two lines. Really, the foot's a little bit longer than what I usually do, but hopefully it won't stretch out too much. I didn't want to split this right here, and I was afraid if I went down here it would be too short, and I'd rather it be just a slightly longer. I think, I don't know, I may have messed up, but anyway, I'll wear it anyway because I really love this color. And for the leg, because I've talked before about how big of a calf muscles I have, I decided to try, so I started with the toe, and the foot has 56 stitches. Then somewhere's in here, I think right there, I went up to 60 stitches and did 60 stitches all the way, and at some point I went up to 64. I guess I went up to 64 right before I did the ribbing. So the cuff is 64 stitches, the leg from about here on is 60, and I actually don't have to stretch them too much to get them on my leg now. So this seems to be the magic formula for me for socks, at least tall socks. So I'm wanting a lot of boot socks for this winter. I don't know if it's ever going to get cool here. It's still 80 something degrees today. I'm kind of ticked about that, but whatever. I don't know if I showed these. I really probably should have watched some of my podcasts before I started on this, but in case, I'll go through these really quickly. So this is the Tell Us All This Time and Space by the Bad Wolf Girl Studios. It's in her sparkle sock, which you can see the sparkle on camera. It's really sparkly. I love the sparkle here. I dyed up the yellow for the toes and heels. I started to do the cuffs in yellow, but then I did one cuff, decided I wasn't sure, did the second cuff in this color, decided I like it better, so that's what I went with. And so it's a micro striping yarn, which I really love the effect that it has. These were all 56 stitch. The cuff is 60 stitches, and most of my socks are done on a size 1 needle. These right here is my most recent finished object. So this yarn for the toes, heels, and cuffs is Sweet Tea Yarns by Molly Klein Design. So you can find her on Etsy at Molly Klein Design. So she just started making or dyeing yarn sometime in the last year or so. And this is her I Put a Spell on You colorway. This color, I'm really, really loving this color. Like, I love this color. Whenever I first got it in the skein, I wasn't 100% sure about it. But as soon as I did the first toe, I fell in love. So, you know, don't judge a yarn by how it looks in the skein. It looks totally different. So then, I was going to stripe it. I wanted to do a purple and orange color for Halloween. So I dyed up this, and this is what it looks like on the back with no pattern. So it's micro striping, and it's purple orange with some white bits because, yeah, I'm new at this micro striping stuff, so not everything had enough dye on it. It's okay. I like the variegation. So I decided to do the Pebble socks by the Pebble sock pattern is by Mina Phillip, and it's the Beyond Vanilla collection. I really do love the nice texture on this, so it still shows the colors of the yarn, but it just gives it a little texture and makes it a little bit less boring. I had knit too many vanilla socks whenever I started these. I like how the ribbing is with this Put a Spell on You color. These are Fish Lip Kiss heels, and with the extra of this color, the I Put a Spell on You, I'm going to do another Sockhead hat. Totally not the normal color I would ever think to do a Sockhead hat in, but I love this yarn so much that I need to do a Sockhead hat. I just want to knit with that yarn. So, going to do that. I'm thinking I might start off with the my Halloween color, and do like 2.5 inches ribbing in it, then do 2.5 inches ribbing in this, and make a folded brim, like sew it together, just that way it would give a little, you know, hidden peak of another color. So I probably will do that, I'm pretty sure, because I have quite a bit left over in this. Again, I did 56 stitches for the foot. After I did the heel, I increased to 60 stitches, and somewhere up here I increased to 64 stitches. So these fit really well. And I used the if you've ever done the Fish Lips Kiss heel, she tells you how to make a foot pattern, and I use that to tell how long the foot needs to be. So it's just $1, the pattern is. The foot template makes it so much easier to guess. I don't have to try them on all the time. And I suppose I could measure now and see the length from the toe, but I just keep the foot pattern in there whenever I'm doing a sock, and no big deal. I do like afterthought heels though, so I may do that. I mean, I'm going to do those a lot too. Now this is one of my favorite Felici colors that I got, and I really wish I had went and got another of these before they took them away. I had it in my cart. I meant to go back last weekend and get it. Didn't happen. I forgot. But this is one of the New York Sock Pattern, New York Sock Club collection, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't remember which month this is at the moment. I can't remember. It's maybe at the Central Park or the Grand Central or Central Park socks, maybe? I don't know. It's not the Times Square, because Times Square is the faux cable. But anyways, this is the one. It has the cool eyelet detail here. And I did, let's see, Knit Pick Stroll in electric blue. Knit Pick Stroll pickle juice, maybe. And then Knit Pick Stroll in, I think, Duchess Heather, for the contrast. They are super tall. They're slightly tight on my calves, but I think they'll be okay. Uh-oh. My son's came in. He's crying for some reason, so let me see what's wrong with him. Okay, so it turns out all he's crying about is that his daddy isn't letting him drive the tractor. So I'm not too worried about it. He'll be fine. He just didn't get his way, and he needs to learn that you don't always get what you want. This right here, my next finished, well, these are in no particular order, but the next finished object that I'll show you is, oops, turn the camera the wrong way again. Sorry, my bad. So this is the All About Brioche shawl, and this was such a fun shawl to make. It was so much fun to make. So I highly suggest this pattern. Is, I mean, if you've never done brioche, it's really easy. You have brioche and garter, so it's not like overwhelming. But I dyed up this color. This is Stellina. It doesn't show up quite as much on the light gray, but you can see the sparkle. Yeah, you can see it. So this is let's see, 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. And this is what I called the Weeping Angel colorway. So I dyed it up specifically for this shawl to match the Bad Wolf Girl Studios Galaxy colorway. So originally I had thought about doing the police box socks in this color, but then I got it and I was like, oh, no, there's no way. This is too pretty to be socks. So, I mean, technically this is too pretty to be socks, but I like how it's striped, so that's why I made it into socks. But anyway, so this ended up being, you know, the All About Brioche shawl. I have not blocked this because I've been quite lazy. I really have got to get this blocked because, you know, someday it will be cool enough to wear winter clothes. Maybe. I may have to take a trip to, I don't know, the North Atlantic Ocean or something. But anywho, so you start off in the corner here. There's a little bauble. I don't know what I did there, but I really like how she has you do the edge stitches, so it makes a nice clean edge on both sides. Then you do, Now I did do less garter stitch. I was supposed to have done several more rose garter. Probably should have done several more rose garter because I ended up running out of yarn, but it's still big enough. So do the garter stitch or then you start brioche. So I did quite a lot more brioche than what I had planned, or what the pattern said. I mean, then I'd have to count the little rows here, but I don't remember how many rows I did. But then you switch over to the second color, and I did have to stop two rows short on this brioche because I ran out of the Weeping Angels color, the gray. Then I did as much garter in the Galaxy as I had yarn for. So if you're going to do this shawl, check your yardage. I may should have gotten a little bit more yarn or something. But anyway, I still like it. I still think it's going to be big enough, especially after I block it. I'll stretch it some when I block it. But it does drape, it goes around my neck. It just doesn't hang down very much. But I'm gonna stretch it quite a bit up here at top across whenever I block it. So I think that will help. But that's about all there is to say about this one. It could technically be, reverse, and have it like more striped looking, which I don't know, maybe this is okay. I don't know which way is the right side and which way is the wrong side. This could be the right side, but anyways, it really doesn't matter whenever it's garter and brioche. It really has no right or wrong side. I know there's probably some more I was going to say about this, but I've done forgot. But it was very easy to do. And if you have been thinking about getting any yarn from Bad Wolf Girl Studios, get it. It's really nice. Actually, I've never been disappointed in any hand-dyed yarn that I've bought. So just try it out. Meg's yarn is very soft and squishy. Like, it's plump. It's a 3-ply, or it looks to me like a 3-ply Stellina yarn, which most Stellina yarn that I have saw, and whenever looking to purchase some to dye myself, the Stellina yarn has been 2-ply. The gray is 2-ply, because that's all I had. But hers is 3-ply, which maybe makes it a little bit more plump. I'm not really sure. But I still like it. I mean, I love it. I actually love it. And this yarn here is nice. It's just, it's not quite as soft as hers. So I don't know. But anyway, I think it'll soften up some whenever I go to block it. And maybe I do something wrong when I dye my yarn that makes it not soft. I don't know. I need to look. I ordered me a yarn dyeing book this morning from Nitpicks, so maybe that'll help me out. Now this yarn right here, it softened up so much when I blocked it. When I soaked it in. I need to get some wool wash. That would help a lot. But I soaked it in just regular, just a little bit of regular detergent and some lavender oil. I put some hair conditioner in here too. I don't know if that's like, something that is supposed to be done. It's probably frowned upon. It's probably not good. It's probably not the best thing. But I put conditioner, regular soap detergent, and lavender oil, and soaked this for 20 minutes or so, and then blocked it. I love this sweater. This is the After the Rain sweater. I think that's what it is. After the Rain, yes. And I made a couple of modifications. So first off, I did do some short row shaping at the back. So kind of curved the hem. And to make it just a wee bit longer in the back, I probably should have made it, a few rows, 4 more rows longer in the back. But I think it'll be okay. Because it is a bit longer in the back than the front. I like things that are just a tad bit longer in the back. Let's see. The sleeves, I didn't realize the sleeves were going to be quite so big around. So the cardigan I did in DK weight, it was really, the sleeves were tight. So I was like, well, I just won't decrease as much. So I get to the bottom and they were so big. I got it done. The sleeves were huge, like absolutely huge. I would have never wore it. So I ripped back these last two colors. I probably should have ripped all the way back here because the decrease is quite harsh. But really I should have decreased some on each side. I decreased every row, or every other row. Maybe it was every other row. And I think it tells you to decrease to 52 stitches. I decreased to 48 this time, and did about double the ribbing that it calls for. And so I really like the fit of the cuffs now. This isn't quite as noticeable whenever I put it on, so I think it'll be okay. I don't think anybody is going to notice it, and I still love it. It's so comfy. I sort of wish that the neck wasn't so open. I thought I like open necks, but then for pullovers, I think maybe I don't like open necks. Whenever it gets cold enough to wear it all day long, if it gets cold enough to wear it all day long, I'll put a tank top under it, and it won't be that big of a deal. But right now, I'm wanting to put it on over t-shirts or whatever shirt, and so the shirt I have on underneath really shows. I need to maybe start wearing different shirts under it. But I still really love it. This yarn, I think I showed this on the podcast before, but just in case, this is DK weight, and it's merino nylon. The color here is my Nevermore colorway. I dyed it for my sew faded sweater, and I wanted to recreate it, so I think I got really, really, really close, like super close. So I was super happy and surprised. I surprised myself. But it's inspired by the Raven poem, Edgar Allan Poe. And this second color, it's showing up a little bit lighter on here for some reason, but it'll be okay. It's kind of a little bit darker in real life, but it does have the variegation, which I really like, and a few black speckles. But I started off thinking I'd do the Weeping Angels color. Then it was too light, like too much contrast. So I wanted it a little bit darker. So I over-dyed it, and added some more black to the silver gray. And so I ended up getting this color. And I put some speckles on there because, who doesn't like speckles? So I really love this. I wore this and my sew faded sweater when we went to Gatlinburg last weekend. So I wore this one in the Smoky Mountain Park Tuesday. The waist decreases don't look so dramatic, or the waist shaping doesn't look quite so dramatic on as it does here, but I do kind of like that. It makes it not so boxy, kind of gives you a little bit of shape in the waist. So that's really why I picked this pattern over another, because of the waist shaping. And I guess that's about all there is to say about that. I can't remember. I think I didn't do it any longer than what the pattern called for, I don't think. And I used the same size needles. I think it was a US 4. The ribbing, I really think I forgot to go down. I forgot to change needles right here. I really think this ribbing was done on a US 4, even though it wasn't supposed to be. This right here was I did the reverse stockinette stitch, so you had the option of doing ribbing or reverse stockinette, and I just wanted to try this because it made the little, rolled collar. And I did I think it was 6 rows that it told me to do for that, and I think I went down a size. I'm pretty sure I actually remembered to go down. I think it was, let's see, this was size 4, so I guess this was size 3. Whenever I went back and redid the cuffs, I ended up going down to a size 2.5, so a 3mm for the cuffs, because since I had that fiasco with them being too big the first time, I decreased some extra stitches, and then I used a 3mm needle. And it worked out really great. So I guess that's all the finished objects. unless I find some more hidden somewheres. Okay, so here's Vlad, the vampire, and the color's all wonky in the living room for some reason. But anyways, I finally got started on the body this morning. It was a bit tedious to do the first few rounds, but I think I got it going now. And so you put the eyes on as you go. This pin here is just to hold his hood in place. You do the ears last. I'm really afraid I do not have enough of this color. This is the Nevermore color way, and I dyed this on tweed base for my so faded sweater. This part right here is also in my so faded sweater. It's not named, but it barely has some pinks and blues in it, so it's a tweed also. The pattern calls for just plain white for the face, but I had this and I didn't have plain white. Some of the stitches got a bit distorted whenever I stuffed it. I probably maybe stuffed it too thick. I don't know, it said stuffed tightly, but maybe I stuffed it too tightly. I'm not sure. My hair's a mess. I apologize, it's always a mess. But I'm really loving Vlad. I am starting on a sweater for my son. Let me change over to I'm starting a sweater for my son. I got started on the red. He wants all different colors. So there's what I have so far for the red. This is the Tin Can Knits Flax Light. So it's fingering weight. And it's tweed. So I dyed all the yarn myself. So there's red, green, orange, blue, and gray. So we're going to do, he wants a little bit of gray in between. So I'm going to do, I figured it out, I think 4 1/4, so 4.25 inches of each color, and then 1 inch of gray in between. So it's going to go red, blue, orange, green, with gray in between each of those. And I think it's going to look pretty nice. The sleeves should match. Hopefully I can get the sleeves to match correctly. So here's the printout. It's a free pattern on Ravelry from Tin Can Knits. Yeah, right here, by Tin Can Knits. And it's pretty easy to follow. You do not have to go back through and pick up any ribbing stitches. I changed my mind after I wrote that down. I decided to do the gray stripes a little bit thinner. I may change my mind back. I don't know. But anyway, so you start with the collar and then do the yoke and then, separate. I've not gotten to the separation for the sleeves yet. I'm still on the yoke. One thing, I'm not doing the garter stitch thing, the garter panel. I'm just doing plain stockinette for everything. So no garter panel for me. I've seen a lot of people take the garter panel out. I just figured with all the color changes, it would be, better if I didn't. Whenever I do a pattern, since this is a free pattern, I'm sure it's okay to use it, but I go through and highlight the important parts, and I always make sure I highlight the size that I'm doing. So for him, I'm doing the 8 to 10, because he is a very big 6-year-old, and the 26 inch would fit him exactly. He's exactly 26 inch bust, or chest, I mean. But I wanted it to be a bit bigger. So it says best for 1 to 2 inch positive ease, especially for boys and men. So I'm doing 8 to 10 years, and I'm hoping that works out well and is big enough. So I go through and I highlight the size, and I made a little bit of a mistake in the marker setup, but like I highlight, which one is his size, because, see how they have all them sizes, and I do this for myself also. I highlight which size, how many stitches I need to increase or whatever, how many stitches I should have for whatever size that I'm doing. The house is just awful mess, so I apologize for that. I'm back, and we did get new cabinets. We haven't got an island yet, so yeah, the ironing board is, I guess, the island for now. Yeah, sad, I know. But I'll be glad to get an island. And I think I'm going to have to end here because, like I said before, I need to get a few things done before my photo session this evening. It is now 1:38 and it's Saturday, October 7th. It's kind of a little bit gloomy outside today, but it's still hot. But I don't mind it being, I mean, it helps a little bit that it's cloudy. You know, it's not quite as hot as it was the last 2 days. It was summertime the last 2 days. It was like 85 degrees and I was burning up about to die. I got sunburnt. We went to the pumpkin patch Thursday and I got sunburnt in October. Who gets sunburnt in October? So that really stunk. It was just on my neck because I did have a t-shirt on, but still, seriously, it's October, it's fall, it's supposed to be cool. I'm not supposed to have to worry about getting sunburnt. But I did. So, anyways, clouds are back, and it's supposed to rain starting tonight because of the tropical storm or hurricane. I'm sorry. I know I sound like really, really, non-sympathetic to these people that are in the path of the hurricane. It's not that at all. It's that I don't watch the news. So I really apologize. I really feel for people that are in the storm and all, there's been like, how many hurricanes now? 3 or 4 really big hurricanes. I think this one's a smaller one, I hope. But, I can't think of the name of it. I haven't seen anything about it since Thursday night. I saw something mentioned about it Thursday night. And I think at that point it was still a tropical, what do they call that? Tropical depression. I could be totally wrong. But anyways, so I'm sorry about anybody who may be, living in wherever it's coming through. One thing said Florida. One thing said it was going to miss Florida. So I really don't know what the latest prediction is. But we are going to get some rain I think this is why we're getting the rain tonight and tomorrow, which, it's pretty dry here. It's usually dry in October. So nothing really to, not really, it's nowhere near as dry as it was last year because we did get quite a lot of rain in July and August. I don't know that it rained much in September. I'm already getting my months. Maybe it did rain some in September at the beginning. Yes, it rained a little bit at the beginning of September. But we do need some rain. We could use definitely some rain because it is very extremely dusty. Maybe that would help with some allergy problems. I don't know. But I hope that this hurricane doesn't cause the destruction that the other ones have. Because that in Texas and Florida and Puerto Rico is really, really bad. Oh look, you can see the little candle holder thing. I can't point. The candle holder thing that my son made 2 or 3 years ago. And whenever I was going to decorate for Halloween, well, I don't decorate so much as I throw a few Halloween things out, but I do like Halloween. So I was going to get my Halloween stuff out, mostly the door hanger thing. And he had to go get his Halloween decorations. So he got 2 candle holders over there. Oh, there's a fall thing. I thought it would be fun for him to make. I ended up doing it. So I kind of like it though. After, I'm not artsy. I wish I could just paint, but I can't. I traced, or I stenciled. We picked out leaves for to use the stencils, and I laid them down there, and I thought he would, paint around them, but he was just making a giant mess, and it was going to be, maybe I should have just let him, but it was kind of irritating because he wasn't even trying. He was just making a mess. Just a mess. He had paint. He was getting paint everywhere. So I told him if he couldn't at least give it a try, then he needs to not do it. So he didn't do it, and I did it instead. He did do that. You see that greenish blob right there? Yeah, that was his. But he has painted some things. He also got this stuff on the fridge. So he made this in a library story time that we used to go to. This is what he made the first day of school. He's in kindergarten now. He made these other ones in a library story time group that we used to go to. He did the P at school a while back, a couple weeks ago. What else? Oh, here's the little thing me and him did. And he done really good with these things. A jack-o'-lantern. Now this plate behind it was handmade by my uncle's friend who passed away recently from a liver, or cirrhosis, which I can't. This plate was amazing. He did all this glasswork stuff, so it was just amazing, and I'm really glad I got that. But there's Wade's. This is just on there for October because I didn't have any results to put it. And I don't know if there's anything else, Wade. Oh, he did this in here. I'll just walk you in here to his room. He had to pick out where to hang it up at. So he did paint that. I gave him the thing here, the canvas, and for whatever reason I had already painted it brown. I don't know what I was going to do with this. It was tan. But he painted it. This is a pumpkin patch at night, and this is the tractor that's going out to get the pumpkins, and it's black because it's nighttime. He also has recently drilled, learned how to drill holes with, what is this thing? What is that thing called? Drill press. And, I apologize for the weirdness of the camera, but he drilled the holes in this. Then he wanted to make it look like a road. So, you know, we've got the white lines and then the yellow lines in the center and the black asphalt. And see these giant nails? Yeah, he hung this up all by himself one day. You can kind of see where he missed the nail right here too, I think. But anyway, that one's a little loose. But he hung this up all by himself, so I really thought he was going to use smaller nails, but I should have been paying more attention. I think I was cooking supper at the time. But it'll be okay. It's just a wall, and we're going to have to redo it someday anyway, because, you know, we have a double wide, and it comes with this. So he doesn't want it redone right now because he doesn't like change. I don't know. But anyways, he does do some craft things. It's just sometimes he makes a mess. I do like letting him paint. And I guess that's about it. There's some things I gotta do. I gotta finish this podcast here. So I guess I'll talk to you as soon as possible. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And I can show you our Halloween costumes and stuff. I do have some sewing stuff to show as well. So we'll get there eventually, maybe. But thanks for tuning in.